just record on this. So I got record on this computer going then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
No, you're good now.
That'll work.
All
Okay.
right, I think we start the meeting.
Okay,
Yep.
let's get going then.
First of all, we have a certificate for Chris, who's not here. So we're just gonna have to read it to him. Let me see. You can see it here.
We're here.
It says, this is to certify that AI6U, AKI Chris, AKI Donald C. Watson, who knew, I don't know who that guy is.
Wow.
Winner of the left foot CW contest, held on August 21st, August 2022 SFM ARC in-person Zoom meeting. Chris is hereby entitled to all bragging rights associated with his honor. And I have his call down at the bottom. The best I could do is Morris Braille.
Or Braille.
Yeah,
Where's the
it's
gold?
not quite dry yet.
Right.
Morris Braille.
Yeah, that's good.
You can at least see that it's his.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I sent
Does
you a
this mean
soft
Chris
copy
has
of
to
it too.
design
You
the
should have
award?
an
Okay, thank
email of
you.
it.
Okay, thanks, guys.
You deserve
Yeah,
it,
he
Chris.
should do the
I
reward.
deserve it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saving it for New Year
the
today.
next year. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, well, calendar-wise, we have September 17th, we have the swap meet in Lincoln coming up. And October 1st, QSL party, California QSO party, which will be held here. And we might get David to bring his clothesline beam so we can have 20 meters and up.
You might bring some dirty, I'll bring some dirty laundry.
Half the day.
No, I mean, I'll dry some
Yeah,
wet
bring
laundry.
some dirty
Yeah.
laundry.
I'll bring some wet laundry.
And then November 19th and 20th, we have the bug roundup.
Right.
Okay.
What
Please
month was the
don't,
swap
but
meet?
okay.
What
Yeah.
month was
Swap
the
meets
swap
this
meet?
month, Rob.
Okay, all of you have probably heard by now that we got our bank account, so we're moving right along with the
When was Bug Roundup? November
19th and 20th. Yeah. So we're moving right along on being a real club here, despite the problems with the computer this time, but it's an imperfect world and imperfect people using it, so.
Yeah, imperfect machine. And it dropped out again.
Yeah.
Well,
There you
yeah,
go.
we did that. So that was good. And the California Kiwi Show party is October 1st from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And what else can I tell you? Oh, we have $342 in the bank account for starters. And I might as well give you last month. Since let's see, let me go look for last month. I'll tell you about last month. Maybe they'll come back here. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Oh, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's see what I got here. Hang on a minute. Okay, we had 14 people show up last month. All right. The bylaws were signed by John and Chris. So we got that going last month. AI6U Chris showed a modified tacked hole in the wall bug with his new weight. Let's see, we had the left foot TQ at the left foot contest. And if you heard somebody named AI6U1, I don't know how he did it, but he did somehow. Anyway, we had Phil Key, and let's see, the participants for the left foot contest were David, K6CIM, Phil, KT6RM, Mike, K6LQ, and AI6U, and WB6UBK, K7SF, WB6SDR, and it's KD0ZUW. So those were the winner again with Chris, AI6U. And next month, we're going to have a presentation, which is this month now, by Steve, K7SF. We'll show it the Signal 1 and the 1030 military mil-spec radio, I guess, versus the KWM380. Meeting adjourned at 2100. So last month's meeting. Now, on the air, we had, let's see, we had 5 sessions in October and a total of 36 check-in. Not bad for the summertime. So that's last month. And you guys are still DOA over there.
Yeah, where'd they go?
Maybe we should call on the phone.
Got the video on them. You hear us, UBK?
Yeah, they're
John?
muted.
Oh, okay.
You see his lip moving?
Not yet, but he's got the mouse. He's looking.
Yeah,
Mm.
wrong mouse. Right.
Yeah. Too many mice.
Need more cats.
I have an 8 o'clock meeting, or I have an 8 o'clock
That's
QR.
better. Somehow it got muted.
There we go.
Okay, you're back again.
You're back again.
Whenever it drops, we
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be leaving about 8 o'clock.
Alrighty. Yeah, it keeps dropping for some reason, but
Okay.
we'll worry about that later.
You got anything else you want to add, John? When I read my minutes, so any deletion corrections on the minutes?
No, does anybody else have anything?
If not, okay, I guess
All right,
they're
let's hear
approved
Steve.
then. Okay, that's good.
I see you were back for a while, John. Did you hear most of Chris's report there?
Just wave your hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
he's freezing up.
Do you want to hear part of it?
we'll kind of break the order of the meeting here. How about Steve?
There we
Are you
go.
ready for your presentation or do you want to wait a bit?
You know, I'm wondering, Chris, if with the line bad and everything else, I'm sure happy to do it. I got it ready to go, but I'm wondering if the local meeting there is going to be able to catch it, or whatever. I mean, I'm happy to do it, but
Okay, let me, I'm going to give him a landline here and,
Yeah, we're hearing you.
oh, you are, okay. You want it to go ahead on this side here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead, Steve.
Steve, it's all yours.
okay, got you on that. Well, I'm going to share my screen for one thing, and let me see. There we go. Hopefully, you guys are seeing this. My thing here. My screen. Anyway,
Yes, you are.
yes, okay. This is a report on the or a presentation on the Signal 1 CX7, and let's see here, and the MilSpec 1030. And this is revolutionary and transitional technology. And can you guys hold on for just a second here? I think I'm hearing somebody out at the door or something. Hold on for just a second, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Rob, any luck with the bug roundup form?
No.
That's strange.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that either, but it'll be all right.
Okay,
I have my QRS net at 8 o'clock, so I'll be
yeah, I know. That's why I kind
checking
of, why I kind of moved Steve up a little bit.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just gonna cut the video and the audio when it's time.
Right, check. Hey, guys over there, you might want to try calling in on the phone. That might work better.
Okay. Did we lose him again, Chris?
John, did you hear me? Try calling in on the phone. I'll give you the number. Wait a minute. Unless you got it over there.
While we're waiting for him, Chris, I'll be back once again.
Okay.
Yeah.
You back? Let me see if I got the number here.
Hey, Chris, I'm here.
Are you there?
Yeah, Kevin.
Oh, hi, Kevin. I'll put you on the list too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're on the good list. The good list.
Oh, good list. I don't mind that.
Yeah, you got guys like Rob and guys like Steve and a whole bunch of other guys. I'm in good shape.
Okay.
So Kevin, you gonna be here on the 17th?
I'm working on it.
Working on it. Okay.
All right, well,
Any luck with them at headquarters there?
Well, I'm trying to get them to call on the phone. I don't know if they're gonna, if they're looking for that or what they're doing over there.
Okay.
And okay. I'll see if I can. I'm gonna look at the number and give them a call here in a second.
Okay.
So in the meantime, why don't you take it away?
Well, you know what? Tell you the truth, Chris, I'd like to have them hear it because
Oh, they can hear it fine. I think it's.
Oh, really?
That's what he said.
well, they're not in here, so
That's what I meant. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see
let
him.
me- Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. I'm gonna.
they're offline.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to. Let's see here. Come on, computer. Oh, turn on the speech. What's going on with this thing? Yeah. Let's see here. Now I'm locked up. Okay, I may have to go away a minute.
They are back on at the moment, but I don't think it's real reliable.
No.
They're
Yeah,
back
they're
on. They just
muted.
came up. Yeah.
John, you're muted.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
going
but
away
it
a minute. I
says-
got to reboot here. I'll be
Okay.
back.
It's still
Is that you, John? Your mic's still muted. I thought I heard you.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I'm back.
Okay. John, John, can you raise your hand if you hear us? He's not raising his hand.
I think they're frozen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going away a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, when it gets hot down here, things start acting up. So,
Right. Darn it.
well, there they go again.
Yeah. Darn it. I hate to say it, but it might be better for me to do this next month on my part.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I'll be ready to go next month. At least I got it all done today.
Yeah.
You in your shack there, Rob, or is that just your office?
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to have a whole bedroom to myself up here. So I got room to spread out and everything.
Nice, very nice.
So I'm gonna really hate to lose it, when it comes time to move. So,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, but
that
it's a big 2-story house. So
right. So
I,
little bigger than you guys need probably still or now at this point, huh?
well, they when we bought it 30 years ago, it was only like about $5,000 more than a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Wow,
So we got a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath and a 3-car garage,
nice.
and
Boy,
and all the kids are out of the house, but everybody knows we have a spare bedroom.
right.
So it's like an Airbnb around here, certain
I know
times of
what
the
you.
year.
Right.
We told the kids they're going to have to work it out between themselves.
Right. Right.
So, but yeah, we're going to have to move into something a lot smaller than this. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the stairs will eventually get, to be a pain. So
That's it. And darn it, up in this area in West Lynn, about 10 miles south of Portland, probably about 5% of the houses are one-story houses. Almost everything here is two-story.
yeah, well, right here, there's a lot of 2-story, but on this end of the development, there's a lot of the 3-bedroom, single-story, and there's
Mhm.
not that many of the 4-bedroom, 2-story. And we have a bigger backyard than most people do too. So
Yeah.
because we don't have the footprint they do.
Right. Right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a one-story house has such a nice feel to it, just I don't like stairs.
No.
Yeah.
Some of
Had them
the
for years.
some of the old places I lived back in Maryland and Pennsylvania, the stairs were they're like you're on a boat, on a sailboat. They were really steep and really narrow.
Right.
And it is
Oh, stairs can be dangerous, but they can be really dangerous.
Yeah, I thought I had a closet in the room that I moved into, but it turned out that it opened up and it was a staircase to the attic inside.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a closet in that room, but
Right.
yeah, we hated to sell that place. It was built by my great grandfather, and
I'll be darned. I'll be darned.
it just got to the point where it was on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere in Maryland, and
Mhm.
every year you got snowed in, the power was intermittent, and
Yep.
so
Yeah. Well, this
and
place you're in now really sounds nice. That's nice to have all that room, really, if you
Yeah.
need it, especially. But
yeah, we just had a lot of work done around the house too,
Mhm.
air conditioning and all that other stuff, and we're going to have it painted starting in 2 weeks, so that'll be the second paint job. And the
Right.
last one for me, I hope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we
They're
got
still in the same position.
yeah.
Nobody's moved. Oh, there they go.
Oh,
There they go.
yeah.
There's John.
Yeah. Yeah. I see him moving.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you guys are muted, but we can see you moving. Wonder what happened to Chris.
Yeah.
He might be on the phone with him.
Mm-hmm.
Say, Steve, what got you interested in Signal One in the very beginning?
Fascination when they first came out. Back in '69, I was 17 years old at that time, and I'm fascinated by what those rigs were offering. And they had stuff that none of the others did in one box. And after I finally got one, 53 years later, I found they're more and more interesting than I can imagine.
Yeah, Steve, I had an HRO 500 that I actually sold to Bob Kate, oh, what was his call? Anyway, he, KJ6CA.
Right.
There wasn't anywhere on the knobs at all.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, and it had just sat in a garage for years and years and years.
Right.
But it still worked.
Yeah.
But I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to get rid of this because I think it's going to turn into a project.
Yeah. Yeah. That you, John? I thought I heard my name, but I thought, yeah.
Yeah, can you let Chris in?
Oh, how do I do that? Yeah.
Chris needs to be let back in.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Waiting room. Chris. Yeah, I'll admit him. And John KE0Z ZUW in Kansas. I'm admitting him too. Okay. So we got them all joined.
Very good.
Yeah. Hey, John, you hear me okay? John?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you great.
Yeah. Hey, with the line issues and everything we've got tonight, I've got about a 30-minute to 45-minute presentation. I wonder, do you want me to just do this next month and with the line problems? Because I have a hunch your line isn't going to make it through the thing, and I'm happy to do it, but I'm happy to do it 1 month from now, too, if you want me to.
Well, is everybody hearing you okay except us off and on?
Well, you guys it seems to be the problem. I think everybody else has been staying in. I mean, I don't know.
Well, in that case, just go ahead and do the presentation. If they're hearing you okay.
Okay, you are hearing me okay, John, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, I will go ahead and do it. And I'm going to share my screen then. Yell, John, if you drop out, will you? Well, you won't be able to yell. If you drop out, I won't. Oh, well. Anyway, here's, I'm sharing my screen right here. And I'm going to, let's see, get rid of this thing. Chris, can you hear me? Hello, Chris. Your mic is muted, Chris. Or let me see. Let's hold on. I'm going to make sure Chris is in here too.
Yeah, he called and said that you needed to.
Because I did let him in.
Yeah, his mic is muted. He's in here, but his mic is muted.
Yeah, can I unmute it for him, or does he have to do that?
No, I think he's got to do it.
Yeah, okay.
I think he has to do it, yeah.
Okay, got you on that. Okay.
He might be busy too.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and do it. Not happy with the line issues tonight, but
let's go for it.
Yeah, we'll just go for it. Anyway, yeah. With the Signal 1, the CX7, and the Mil-Spec 1030, I call that revolutionary and transitional technology, and it's technology that came out, in the late 60s. The Signal 1 company was formed around 68, and they had a team of design engineers that were led by Dick Airhorn, W6SFM, and it was a company that some of you guys may remember this, but it was a subsidiary of NCR, or ECI was the company, and the Signal 1 was basically the CX7 design was designed basically as a military contract radio, from what I understand. They wanted to really compete with the KWM2s and stuff like that. And the technology of the CX7 was so far advanced at that time. It's unbelievable. And by the way, I'm dedicating this presentation to the late Dick Airhorn, W4ETO. Had a new call, a 2-letter call. But he just passed away here a couple months ago, and is a silent key now. This is a picture of him operating a CX7 back in '69 probably, or around that era. And that's a homemade amplifier he had. And of course, most everybody knows that he went on after Signal One with the Alpha Company, and he was running that company for quite a number of years till I don't know when he sold it, but he was, I think, into it till about 10 years ago or something like that. This transitional technology era I'm talking about is what Rob was just mentioning with the HRO 500. I've got a couple of those, and where receivers at that time, mostly receivers, were going over to solid state technology. The Hammerland HQ215 was basically a copy of the Collins 75S3C. And it was all solid state, made by Hammerland. It was their last receiver, and it's a winner. I've got one of those too. And also the Galaxy R530 receiver was all solid state at that time. Quite a good receiver. And High-Gain later bought and manufactured those as the High-Gain R1530 till about the mid-'70s. The CX7, when it came out, and I've got three of the Signal ones. I've got a CX7, a 69 CX7, a 70 CX7A, and then I've also got my 83 mil-spec 1030. But the CX7, I'll describe the lineage of the Signal ones, and then I'm going to discuss my trials and tribulations in getting them electrically restored on all three of them that I've been into. So anyway, the CX7 was a bunch of systems. When I got mine and got into the manual, started reading about it and trying to work on my first one that I got last October. I've owned mine, first one since October. A lot of stuff inside them. They've got wire runs. You can't really work on them without the manual, of course. And they have a wire run page, which and all the wiring, board interconnecting wiring is numbered, and so it can get pretty buried inside that stuff if you're tracing out a circuit and a problem to find it and stuff like that. So it's a lot of systems. It's got superb break-in, RT switching that switches a lot of stuff when you go from transmit to receive instantaneously with the Mercury relay, QSK Mercury relay. It's got a lot of newer components. This was the space age, the year we landed in the moon, on the moon. And so it's got dual gate MOSFETs, integrated circuits, a lot of, at that time, varactors, a lot of new technology and everything. It was all solid state, and though it had a final tube, it had a small conduction type tube that's mounted on a heat sink on the back of the radio. And it's really sort of looks like a 4CX250, but it's mounted to the back wall of the radio, and heat conduction cooled, and it's rated up to 200 watts output, so it's really nice with 1500 volts on the plate inside the radio. It has dual VFOs, PTOs, built-in keyer, a really nice CW keyer. It's not iambic, but it is it's just a conventional keyer that has a real nice feel to it, and it's got a very strong RF speech processor. All the Signal ones have really nice, powerful single sideband audio, and so it's a dual conversion. Got a 40 megahertz first IF, and it's got an 8.8 megahertz second IF. And it's a really smooth, very enjoyable radio to operate, the Signal One CX7. This is, I should have switched this too here earlier, but this is the CX7. This is my 1969 CX7 on the left. And and then the CX7A, the 1970 CX7A, is the unit on the right. And I've got the case off it, so I can shoot some pictures of it. But oh yeah.
Show so that we aren't looking at the left side stuff.
Oh. Whoops! I'm sorry. What was that?
You good?
Yeah, I heard a question in there, but
Yeah.
I'm going to turn my mini split off here in case. There we go. Just yeah, I heard a weak question in there, but you still there?
Yeah, you're real muffled.
Go ahead and talk to him if you want.
Wow. Yeah. Sorry, I can't hear it. It's distorted on that end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
Well,
you, does anyone just send a text?
well. Oh, well, it looks like we've lost them again too.
Yeah.
Oh, darn it. Anyway.
I'm gonna try rebooting the whole thing. Yeah, we still here.
Hey, you might want to try to reconnect. Maybe you'll get a better connection.
Yeah.
Is he on?
Yeah, they're not in there.
Okay.
We're gonna reboot.
Why don't you reboot?
Okay.
Anyway, Steve, you should hear me now. I don't know what's going on, but I got it working now. You've been good all along here.
Oh, good to hear you back, Chris.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna hang tough till I can see if they rejoin and that, because I see I see them there, but I see they're frozen or whatever.
Yeah, that Ito, didn't he have something to do with the 100V as well?
Who's that? Dick Airhorn?
Elhorn. No, I'm thinking of Ito. That's the other guy. Yeah, I get him mixed up. W4ETO. I thought he had something to do with the 100V as well.
I don't believe so. That was over in 1962.
Right,
yeah. So I think Dick Airhorn he was pretty young too at the time when he was general managing Signal One.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I don't think he was associated with Wes Schum of Central Electronics.
No, probably not. But
Yeah, but that's another good rig that is.
hey, that was their last swan song.
Hey, they had
What?
a Nixie readout, right?
Yeah. They're here's the thing turned on. Got the Nixie tubes in it.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, love them. Those
Yeah.
Nixie tubes are just
Nice light, huh?
oh nice, very nice. It's kind of neat to look at that, and then to look at my ICOM 781 with the CRT having all that stuff on that ICOM 781 screen.
Yeah.
More transitional technology. That's a 1990 model on the Signal One or on the 781.
Right.
I wish I would have had one of those, except not that R1051 that we were using in the Navy.
Ah, who made the R1051?
Oh, I think a bunch of people manufactured them. I'm not sure what the origin of it was, but it had individual knobs for each digit on the frequency.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was kind of like a quasi synthesizer.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
They
it
were
was
great
real,
until you had to fix them.
real easy to
They
QSY.
were terrible.
Oh, yeah. Well, you gotta make
Yeah,
sure
they
you got
were
it right
lousy
now.
receivers. Yeah, lousy receivers, but they was easy to QSY.
Yeah. Well, Dymac Mackay or whatever, Mackay Dymac or something that made down in Southern California had those individual synthesized on the receiver. They made receivers there in the 70s and maybe up till the early 80s.
Yeah.
But was that a transceiver you're talking about?
No, just a receiver.
Oh,
We used it
okay.
For the
Yeah,
for,
board
yeah,
ship.
Mux broadcast out in the middle of the big pond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had plug-in modules that were filled with debris. Made it really hard to work on things. But,
Okay.
Probably
Yeah,
K-pop
they
or
were.
something.
I never got to operate them. I just had to fix the things because if you plugged in the translator synthesizer, the 6-pack, if you plug that thing wrong, it took the whole switch turret out.
Oh,
Then you
gosh.
have to rewire
Oh, boy.
everything,
Oh, no.
and every wire was white. Yeah, the
Well,
junior
when-
ETs got that. Yeah.
Yeah, when you get to the point, here's my mil spec 1030, by the way, as I go through here. But this is CX7A inside, showing the Nixie tubes on the front. I've got the covers off the final compartment and also the Keyer Nixie tube department. And power transformer in the center and stuff. But that's the CX7A top view. And
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Do you know what number those Nixie tubes are?
Yeah, I've got them written. Oh, we
I've
got
a
some?
box of Nixie tubes here.
Mhm.
And, if somebody could use them instead, just one less thing to take to a hand swap. So,
Thanks. I've got the number in the books. Yeah.
okay, just let me know. Let me
Hey,
know.
you're back. You're back.
Will do.
Say something.
Anybody want coffee?
Copy.
I'll do one.
Well, we did.
Yeah. I think it looks like they froze up again.
Not tonight.
Oh, wires. More wires.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in that on that bottom view of that CX7.
One bank close.
But,
You have one in your hands.
Yes, I know. I'm asking if it's not.
Probably not. I didn't know who wanted what, so whoever gets her first gets it.
Okay.
well, they're having a coffee break. I'm just going to go through these pictures here.
Okay. Hey, why don't you mute those guys?
Well, you know what? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, just mute them for now.
Sure. You don't want me to do this another time. I got quite a bit more info that I can do, but I mean, I can just kind of just show the pictures here. But I'm happy to redo this.
Rather watch the whole process.
Yeah, let's just go for it.
Okay,
We're piecing
yeah.
it together. Everybody else is getting, apparently we got some problem here, but.
You guys can watch it on
since you're,
YouTube later. Yeah.
initiating it,
Oh yeah. Okay. Very good. Well, I'm going to button it up real quickly here. Then, anyway, the CX. I'm going to just talk to the pictures real quickly and go through these. Then, this. Let's see here. I'll continue. After the CX7, they came out with the CX11 in 1977, and this is a shot of it. At that point, they went from the Nixie tubes to the LED readouts, and which you can see the 6 position readouts there, and this was all solid state. They had gone all solid state at this time, so they. And I think that was 200 watts also on the Signal 1 here. And they included an audio filter. The original CX7 didn't have the audio filter. They had only the crystal filter for CW. This actually included an audio filter on this. But again, same basic parameter. These all the way, or by the way, were all very expensive new. This CX11 in 1977, I think, was $6,000. That was a boatload of money back then.
Mm.
And the CX7 was $2,200 back in 71 or 69, 70, which also a lot of money.
$2,200 meant something.
Yeah,
You buy a car for that.
A lot of money.
right. They made the CX11A until about
Okay, got one decaf here.
I think you're up.
I don't remember seeing them at Henry Radio.
No, these. By the way, that's a good point. They made about 1,100 CX7s. They made only 100 and I think it's 110 CX11.
No.
And then of my mil spec 1030 model there, they only made 168 of them, so they're rare as hen's teeth. And I've looked for a year. Well, I started looking, about 6 months before I bought my first one on Craigslist. But the mil spec 1030, these are very rare here that I've got. And one came up on eBay about a week ago, and boom, it was gone. Didn't even work, and it sold instantly. And also CX7 came up about a week ago on eBay, or a couple weeks ago. It sold too. Got about 40 bids on it. So CX7 is quite popular if you can find one. And guy in Spokane had it since it was brand new, so he sold it, about 40 bids on it.
Okay, what's the difference between the 7 and the 7A?
The 7A is a power supply difference. That was the one shortcoming of the original, let me see here, the original CX7. The weak spot was the power supply. Weaker spot. I mean, I've got the original power supply in my signal, 7, but with the 7A, they basically
well, that all predates, monolithic voltage regulators and all of that.
That's right, and that was yes, and that's what they did, and they improved the regulators on that, and it you could short it out and it wouldn't blow, type thing, and so that was the main difference between a A and a 7 and a 7A, and they had a 7B. Yeah,
they left out the 5U4.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what's that?
They left out the 5U4.
Yeah,
yeah. That's when you're working in the DX pileup. That's how you get it back.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, they again, their manual on the CX7 is incredible, absolutely incredible. I've got the first release of the manual from August '69. I've got the 1970 manual and then the 1973 manual. The manuals were incredible. You can download it. We got the original manuals, but you can download them online, and they're really fun reading to see what was going on with these things. Very, very challenging to get to things. Some of the boards in the CX7 series are 3 layers deep. So when you're working on them, and I did have problems with the IF shift. I had actually had 2 bad crystals, ultimately 2 bad crystals, and let me see here. The board to the left, just right above those 6 round capacitors, those are 3 deep. So to get down to the IF shift board on the bottom, you have to pull those boards out carefully.
Okay, what is the inner board wiring? What do they use for that?
The type of wire, you mean? It's a military board wire, and it's got these little Berg type clips on them that interconnect. And that was another difference between the 7 and the 7A. They went to a little heavier wiring on the 7A. But it's pretty robust just the same. You can do it. Anytime I worked on the 7s, I had to use pieces of foam rubber to lift the boards out. They left enough cable so you could lift everything out and work on them. Scope probes and everything on them.
No extender board, though.
What's that?
I said no extender board.
Oh, no. They probably did have those. They had extender boards for the mil-spec 1030, but these did not. I think everybody at the factory had to do that. Just do it the way I did it. So it does make it challenging to service, but the manual was so good on these things with the wiring charts. Like I said, there's like 500 wires, and they are numbered, and they say where they come from and where they go to. So it was a major help, because to work on these things, by the way, you really need good test equipment. I got a good HP digital RF signal generator used, and a good dual trace scope, a good counter. Everything on these things, it's got to be with the good test equipment. It's you have to align them and look at the all the mixers and everything else. The old analog RF signal generators, where they just had the within a couple kilohertz on the dial or something, it didn't work. Everything had to be on the money. Yeah.
Or a 100 hertz readout.
10 hertz readout. Excuse me. Yeah, 100 hertz readout on the CX7. 10 hertz readout on the mil-spec 1030. Let me get the picture here of the.
Okay, that's coming up next, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's so. It's 100 hertz readout on these.
Okay, did it have a TCXO in those things? For a reference.
No, not that I know of on that. I don't believe so on that. The mil-spec 1030 was different. Talk about that a little bit. That thing was the competition, so to speak, for the Collins KWM 380, and that one did have a 10 megahertz crystal in it, feeding those three synthesizers inside. And so that thing, you know, like I said, you can read out to 10 hertz and tune it down to 10 hertz type stuff. And this is showing again the Milspec 1030 that I got. This one I bought on eBay from the estate of Jerry in Los Angeles, K6AV. He had it since new, got all the paperwork on it, everything. He paid $6,000 for it, brand new in fall of '82. And he had a brand new, or had an Alpha at that time, an big Alpha 77. I've got the matching speaker too. Those are pretty rare too. In fact, rare as hen's teeth. And so I've got a 664 mic in that picture right there. But I'll talk a little bit about getting my, I bought it as working, that's fine, but it had a problem with it. Anything above about 10 to 15 watts or so, it would compress into distortion. The receiver worked fine, no problem. And it's got a bunch of features. That rig, it's a joy to operate. You know, with the way it's set up to push those buttons to set the passband tuning, and it's got the dual VFOs, 8 memories, and all that kind of stuff. Pretty good stuff for its time. It was introduced in '81, and it was an effort to upstage the KWM 380. And in fact, if you look at the design, I was so curious that I actually bought a KWM 380 service manual to compare the Milspec 1030 to it. And there must have been a government contract of requirements. Things like they have a toggle switch to turn the radio on and off. You can see at the right hand part of the lower part of the radio there, and it's got a speaker in the front like the KWM 380. But they outdid the KWM 380 with the 1030 with their second generation synthesizer design, and let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, it had numerous improvements over the Collins design. It runs 200 watts output all day, and the Milspec 1030 has excellent CW operating characteristics in variable output power, passband tuning, adjustable noise blanker, full QSK keying with a Jennings vacuum relay, RJ1 relay, and it's got, like I say, dual VFOs, 8 memories. Great powerful transmit audio, thanks to a sophisticated adjustable RF clipping circuit. And the Milspec 1030. I'm sorry. What's that? Whoop. I'm sorry, missed that. Whoops. I'm not sure if we still got them.
Yeah, they get in and out.
Yeah, I think we lost them. I think. Well, they're frozen, I guess, on my end. Yeah, anyway, had to fix it. And boy, those are not easy to fix. I told Chris that I spent 60 hours on it. It's got a lot of stuff inside that radio. There's the top view of it. It's pretty similar. It's a lot neater, though, than the KWM 380 inside. Got dual blower fans on the back of the heatsink. That's one of the reasons it can run 200 watts all day long. And here's a picture of it on my bench. As you can see, it's I've got it torn down here to get into it. What's that? Yeah. Anyway, you can see the crystal filters in it with its 40 megahertz first IF, and then it's got 455 kilohertz second IF. So ironically, the KWM 380 uses crystal filters for its receiver, and the Signal One uses Collins mechanical filters, up to 6 of them. I've got 5 of them in there, and you can put an optional AM filter in. It's the stock circuit there is 7 kilohertz, and I like that for AM. But that's set up there, and I got it all torn apart. There's the transmitter, the RF output board torn open there, and I did solve the problem, and like I said, it literally took me 60 hours to trace through that thing. I had to it took all that test equipment. It took a wideband receiver to listen to the mixers to diagnose where that compression was, and it ended up being on the second mixer board, right there on I think it's let's see, the second. I think it's the second slot down on this back picture here above those those mechanical filters, and I found a bad resistor. That's and it was just a lot of challenge, and the information was in the manual, but they didn't do such a great job on the 1030 with their manuals. They did with the CX7. Signal One had gone through several companies by 1982. They had moved to Gardena, California for a few years, and then they moved to Franklin Lakes, New Jersey for a few years, and then they moved back to Phoenix, Arizona. So Signal One it didn't do the job they did on their first manual. So I had to really dig to get the information out. And basically that main motherboard there that's got all the shielding around it feeds on the transmit end of things. It feeds 0 dBm to the final amplifier section that's hanging out on the end there. And I did all sorts of experimenting, and that's where you really need a good RF signal generator that you can precisely set very, very low signal levels to make sure your scope is reading the right thing, and then to troubleshoot the thing. So it was quite interesting. In fact, a lot of fun, because you learn a lot about the radio that way, getting in there. So, but that was, I was, to say the least, elated when I found that one. But that one resistor was a 56K resistor off by 20K, and I don't know how that happens, because it was a very low voltage circuit, low current, low power circuit, you know.
Was it a comp or NOS? You know, what do they call them? It was a comp resistor or what?
You know, I believe it was. You know, the one thing about this mil-spec 1030, it is truly built like a battleship. They used nothing but the finest components and everything. And so it wasn't, whatever it wasn't a cheap resistor, you know. That none of these parts were, you know, went halfway on this thing. So, wow. So I guess I don't know what would it have been other than a composition resistor. I mean, it looked like a little molded precision type thing.
Oh, that's weird. That's
I don't. I don't know how that happens, but it did, and it fixed it. So I was pretty happy. And you've heard it on the air on CW, and like I said, it sounds robust on sideband. It's just a joy to use.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see here. Anyway, I got my second CX7, you know, about 4 months after I got the first one in October. So it was good to have a second one. I was able to get that pretty fair price there on QTH.com. This is a picture of this. It's a little blurred. I just snapped a picture.
Back again.
Yeah, this is a KWM 380, and you can see how similar it is looking to the mil-spec 1030. And there's a shot of it. If it's inside, it's built similar to the 1030, and it probably, like I say, a military contract or something that where they had specifications that, you know, and they were very comparable. This one was rated at 200 watts input, 100 watts output, and this one also had an optional blower. The KWM 380 had a lot of options with it, and it was expensive too. But the blower was optional. Yeah, the audio processor was optional, and it was an excellent processor, but it was optional. So Collins made a lot of options there. And like I said, the reason they went with crystal filters into Collins is that their passband tuning is what determines your sideband receive selection. So they actually do have a 455 kilohertz second IF, but they actually mixed the crystal filters up to 6 megahertz and then back down again to 455 kilohertz, and that's the way they did it. So a little hard to use mechanical filters at 6 megahertz. So they went with crystal filters, yeah. So anyway, but that was this one. The Collins had 18 service revisions on it. So Some guys were pretty unhappy when they got them, paid all that money, and they had 1 millisecond rise time and decay time on the key. Little clicky.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so they did a revision and smoothed it out to 4 milliseconds, and it was just fine. But there was like 17 other service revisions that. So if you ever buy one of these things, make sure it's had the service revisions, or they may not be so good. But all these rigs have service revisions. The Signal One Mil-Spec 1030 had about 8 of them, and I've got all the paperwork on that. They were all done to this radio that I've got, my Mil-Spec 1030. All these companies have them. Elecraft has them even. I've got the KPA 1500 that I popped a capacitor in when I was tuning up my 160 meter vertical. And I sent it back to them, and they found the problem. I tested it to its limits when I was setting up the antenna at 1500 watts. I was testing it, and it must have done something to it, because it went into like a half power mode, and they sent it back to them, and thank you. You were a beta tester for us.
All right. There you go. Not paid either.
Yeah. So, all these companies have that kind of issue. And
okay.
Yeah. Well,
just a little bit more here. The Signal One company was in business for 30 years. And they actually, through all these different ownerships and new rigs and everything, their last version was actually the Mil-Spec 1030 CI, which you might notice looks a little similar to a ICOM 781. Got the screen on it there. It's a 781 that's been put on steroids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty expensive too, and needless to say, and it just really, they used some different computer chips and everything for it that enabled the. I have it. Oh, here we go. Enabled them to have additional 200 additional computer commands, and readings and everything, and controls.
You can run a remote, huh? If you want.
Yes, right. It really took it to that level there.
You probably had a TTL, maybe a RF232 interface. I don't know if it does or not.
It might have. It was set up to put the latest thing then, Windows 95 operating system and true 32-bit applications.
Oh, wow. It probably did have an RF232 then.
It did. There we go. The single RS232 port. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So, they built this one, and then and there's a little later incarnation of it that you can see. There's a speaker. They seem to these high-end military rigs type. They like that speaker on the front panel and the switch, the toggle switch. And so this is a later version of the Mil-Spec 1030 CI. I'm sorry. What's that?
They're just talking back there.
Oh, gotcha. I thought maybe there was a question. But anyway, they made this stuff for 30 years, from basically 69 to about 99. The company was still in business. I've got the notes from Jerry on my Mil-Spec 1030. He was talking to to them at about 2000. He was asking some questions on the 1030 and stuff like that, and everything. The final Mil-Spec 1030 was a prototype. Was a fascinating rig. It's really neat looking. It looks sort of like this, but it was their own design. They got away from the ICOM 781 base, and had a big screen on it, and it was beautiful. It never manufactured though. But anyway, that's the basic gist of it. There's a lot of stuff. If anybody's curious about Signal Ones, I'm really, really happy with them. They're unique. They're far more. Dick Airhorn, frankly, was really an Arthur Collins. He had a lot of ideas, and if you ever look at the manual of a CX7 and compare it to a KWM2 at that same era, 1969, it's night and day. The stuff that they put in there.
Yeah, well, you would have to go to the S line for that. To be comparable.
Right.
Wise.
Oh, absolutely. That was the one thing that they did with the CX7. It put all that stuff in one box, and it made it really nice. And yeah, and um, I also run my my 1030 with an amplifier, final amplifier, and so I use a QSK5 with that. So that feeds. Right now I'm just using an Ameritron AL80A, and I got a QSK5. But down below there on my 781, shown down at the bottom of this picture, I've got an IC2 KL amplifier, which auto band switches with the 781. Very nice system to operate, but I can operate QSK with that if I take away the automatic band switching and just feed the ALC through a separate cable and go that way. So I choose to use the 781 with the IC2 500 watt amplifier and good QSK. And that's the way you could get around that. They didn't have QSK for the amplifiers back in the late 80s, mid 80s, late 80s. So then, other than the alphas, which cost an arm and a leg too back then.
Yeah, well, most of those icons in that era had a lot of truncating under the keying. Now the 781 did not.
Right.
Excellent.
Yes, absolutely. And the 765 actually had some
that was good too. Yeah.
Ironically, there was a very simple fix for the 765. It was a capacitor, and then it made it beautiful. So I'm surprised ICOM missed some of that stuff, because that 765 was a good high-end rig, But
well, of course, it had a bad string of bad trimmer capacitors. As you remember, they had a bad run of those things. They would go south, and
right. And
I think a lot of manufacturers did. That was just not a good time in the early 90s.
Right. It's interesting. The ICOM IC2 and IC4 amplifiers were just unbelievably reliable, but ICOM came out with a PW1 amplifier, and you read the EHAM reviews on it. Wow, there were a lot of problems with that PW1.
Yeah, power supply issues. Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
And it's about $3,000 to fix. They won't fix them.
That's right. They send it back and they get a $2,000 repair. Ouch.
Right.
It's emotional. It blocked everything there, man.
Yeah.
That's why I have 6 of those.
Hey, what are you guys doing back there?
Your head. It's easier to replace
Hello?
the video
Well, I guess I'll end the show there. But anyway, been a lot of fun. Been a lot of fun to have those rigs. They're a pleasure to operate and fun to work on.
They do sound good. They really do.
Oh, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that from you, because I know you have a good critical ear for that sort of thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, don't forget about the little Rangers sitting over there. They're probably gathering dust over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great, Steve. Nice job.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. I don't know if listen to us or not. You guys have anything to say over there, John?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I apologize for all this mess, but hopefully we can get it ironed out for next time.
Yeah, it sounds good now, John.
Wi-Fi
Okay.
signal. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I think you got it made now. I hope. You got any comment about?
Saying that it's a good signal right now. I normally do. Have fiber to the house.
Yeah, that's weird. How far are you from the fiber from the router?
Well, I'll do speed checks later. Don't have time for that right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you want to do that. Maybe reset the router, do some different trick before next month. Okay, now we got CQP coming up next month. We got to register for that, right?
What was that again?
For CQP, California QSO?
Right. So that's on the first.
First.
So we're going to go with that. Do we have any idea how many are going to show up for that?
Well, I'll show up. Probably David. Could he bring
Anybody else? 2?
Yeah,
Okay.
What day is that? October 7th? First.
October 1st, yeah.
Yeah, Saturday.
We're going to do it. Well, I got down here 10 to 10. Somebody else said it was 9 to 9. I'll firm that up. Send an email.
Well, whatever it is. Yeah, I think you might be right. 9 to whenever we quit. Yeah, I get to discharge at 9. You're right.
I'm not sure. I got to check now. I thought I read 10 to 10, but anyway.
You're going to get mixed up with the other one. I think it is 9.
Could be.
Yeah, I think it is. So who's going to register?
What's that?
Who's going to register for the contest? Do you have that info?
No, I don't.
Okay, I think I may have it. I will check.
Yeah, go ahead with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can do that. And we also need to,
What time does it start? What time does it start? We're not going all night with it.
no, we're just gonna
So
go
we're
to
12 hours,
usual 12 hours or
When does
whatever.
it start, Bob?
I thought it started at 9 to 3.
Okay, you don't see it on there though.
No, I'm looking at it
Okay.
just a second. The Church of 18 Disciples.
Yeah. Okay. We got any show and tell?
I
I
have
don't
one.
see it. Oh, good.
Can they see us? Yeah, they can see us.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, great presentation.
Yes, thank you very much. Sorry for all the problems.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm glad to know somebody who owns that stuff can fix it and actually operates it. So I'm impressed and
Oh, yeah, he's not
I feel
afraid.
blessed.
He's not very afraid to fix them.
Yeah, because you were running one of those on the net earlier, weren't you? 1600 UTC.
Yeah, I've been using the 1030 for the last 4 nets.
Okay, let me think about this.
Yeah, yeah, that's what you hear on the net for the last 4 nets.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, but it starts 1600.
Happy
See
9 a.m.
the-
Hey, Steve, I
So
got a
since,
question for you.
Sure.
Yeah, that used to get me is I only saw those things a couple of times, and the color that they had, it seemed like it was kind of a cream kind of or what do you call it, faded out yellow kind of color on the thing, and I always thought, in the old days, of course, the Vikings and their purple and black and how ugly they were, and then I remember seeing a CX7 and I thought, well, that's almost a yellow color, but it's kind of like, I guess, cream colored, I guess you call it.
Right. Tannish cream color, and it's kind of the look of high tech electronic equipment back in the late 60s, and early 70s, or broadcast transmitters. The Continental broadcast transmitters are the same color. It's actually very attractive, with the dark brown knobs and the chrome inserts on them and everything. And they're very, very attractive in person.
A great presentation. Anyway, thank you.
Oh, appreciate that. Thank you. It got me motivated to get on sideband a little more often these days when I got that thing working, and fun to use on sideband too.
Yeah. But you have to tell me, any other users? Have you talked to any other CX7 owners?
I haven't. No, they were always pretty rare, and I'd never seen one till last October when I got my first one there, and that's really fun. One thing I did want to mention that I've been a ham this month 59 years. I was 11 years old when I got my license, and so it's. And all through the years, I've loved, using and collecting equipment and everything else. And so my collection actually goes back to 1921. I've been, I've got early Zenith 1R type stuff, Greeby radio, shortwave and broadcast, everything else. And that old stuff, all this stuff is a blast. But till I got that Signal 1 in October, I hadn't worked on this kind of stuff. I've worked on Tentex and stuff like that, but they're quite a bit simpler and everything else. But when I got this stuff, it's kind of a new dimension, stuff that you couldn't even think about. You didn't see very much because they were so darn expensive when they were new and everything. And then to get them, use them, fix them. And what a blast, you know. It is a whole new dimension than the boat anchors we've been used to with tubes.
Do you have a
Yeah.
Patterson?
Yes, I've got a Patterson PR15 and a PR12. Yeah, I've got about 150 radios.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Morris Brill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I talked to a guy on the
Something like that.
Telegraph
Oh,
from
yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
the AWA museum back in Rochester.
Give
and,
Brill a shot.
you got as much stuff as they got, just about.
I don't have it all set up at one time. I got it stowed and stored out here and you know, above the garage and stuff like that, because I got the cars in the garage, so I got room. But I've got that stuff, and it's always fun to use. Yeah, I've got you name the era, I probably have it. I got 75 A4, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
The other one's the cars.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's a blast. I've got 1929 transmitters and everything. Stuff that, oh, here's a bug, I think. Ooh,
Yeah, so Steve,
yeah,
since you mentioned your Cedar Rapids bug,
yes.
I don't know if you can see this very well,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
but that's what the shorting bar looks like.
Oh, you got one over there?
90-degree
Gee.
Right. Yes, yes.
shorting bar, yeah. And then
Interesting.
it also has lettering. I was lucky enough to get the lettering underneath it. I don't know.
Oh, very neat. Very
Right.
neat.
Yeah, so that says this foot can be removed if 3-point mounting is not wanted.
I'll
If
be
this
darned.
key suits you, tell your friends about it.
Oh, no.
So that's some of the original advertising
All right.
from the Electric Specialty Company, Cedar Rapids.
Right.
Around 1936 is Cedar Rapids.
Yes,
All
yes.
right.
No website on there.
Yeah, all that good iron.
Yeah.
It's just as well. It's overrated anyway.
And the advertisement said telegraph vibrating speed key.
Yeah, they advertised in QST. You used to see some ads in QST for them back in the 30s.
Really nice. It has a real good feel to it.
It
How low
does.
it go?
It really does.
Speed-wise.
I am not sure whether that's the original way.
Well, that's all the way
Yeah,
slow,
that's
and it
as
looks
slow-
like
that's
it's
as slow as
boogieing.
it goes.
Yeah.
But I don't know too many people who have that key, so I was excited when you showed yours.
Yeah,
It didn't
yeah.
have the shorting bar on it, so.
Right. Do you have quite a collection of equipment?
Literature underneath it.
Yeah. Do you have quite a collection of equipment, Mike? You've had boat anchors. Yeah, you had a 200V, I think, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You got an 100 V, isn't it, Mike? Not a
No, I
200.
had the 200.
You got a 200. Okay. That's
Yeah,
right.
I've gotten rid of a lot of this. I still have a bunch of, a Drake Sea Line, a bunch of Drake stuff.
2B and
My pride and joy is I have a 6-foot rack panel that's full of, let's see, the top is a Beckman Berkeley 2007, which is it's a commercial version of the Collins, what's the Collins general coverage receiver? No.
let's see, R390,
No,
388.
I have an R390, I have an SP600, I have a Beckman Berkeley WWV receiver.
Oh, yeah.
It's all crystals.
Well,
Beckman
Beckman made a lot of medical equipment.
Yeah, it was what is it? It looks like the 75 A4s and A3s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's a general coverage version of it, except Beckman Berkeley took it and put it on steroids, and it was used for lab use.
I'll be darned.
Right. There went the
Right.
51J4, the J3, and then there was the 51S1.
51J.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the trick. It's a 51J4 on steroids.
Wow, that's a great receiver.
Yeah.
They do a lab equipment, so it has all kinds of.
Neat.
But all of
Very-
those are all in one rack. So it weighs, about 500 pounds.
Yeah.
And it's on wheels. And that's so I can switch that out to my original Globe Chief 90A that I had in 1967.
Yeah.
My original Drake.
You Drake 2B, you still have that. Yeah.
I had an HRO 17. Yeah, and then I went to the Drake 2B after that.
You don't have
But
the
I have less
DX100
of a
anymore,
collection
though.
than I used to.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I had the DX100.
Where did
Modified
it
for
go?
grid block came.
Yeah, that's what I did to mine when
I'm
that.
down. Yeah, I'm down to 51 keys now from 91.
No, really.
Little by little, I'm
Yeah.
getting rid of some keys. Yeah.
Did you get? You got the 200V from Red, didn't you? Yeah, W2KWN. You got your 200V.
Yeah, he was the original owner. He bought it when he was back east. I had all the original documentation and
Yeah.
had it sent back and everything, all the sales literature. Yeah, a guy from San Diego drove up and bought it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a real boat anchor HX 500.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
See it on screen there?
Let's see.
Yeah, I QSO'd a guy in.
Oh yeah,
Reading.
nice.
Had an old Navy rig, and this thing had like 2 dynamotors on it,
Oh my God.
and
Wait.
it had a 3-phase, had to have 3-phase to run it, so he had a 3-phase to run this, to run these dynamotors with.
Oh
I
wow.
guess it was the Navy, had to be the Navy, the one they used on shore.
I was gonna say, short section.
Yeah, I would think so. He had to reinforce the floor to get into the room back there in the
Did they
bedroom.
have a forklift to move it around?
Yeah, and all that Navy stuff was 400 cycle.
Yeah.
It's about needed it. I guess he did it on the rollers. And all of this, and he gets 130 watts output CW.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the power company loves him, he says.
Right.
The utility loves him.
They can express that in terms of pounds per watt.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, all that old gear, oftentimes the manual will cost you more than the gear.
Really?
Yeah. They're hard to find.
What is I had with the Drake Gear 3?
Kind of minimalist, isn't it, Mike?
What's that?
Kind of minimalist.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got everything it needs.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the presentation, Steve. It was very good.
Oh, great. Thank you. Totally my pleasure.
Yes.
And glad the wine is settled down.
90% of it, so that's good.
Oh, good.
I hope everybody else did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so you have it recording on your computer, right?
Yeah, you bet. It's been recording all this time.
Okay, so then can you upload it to YouTube? Do you have that ability?
Oh boy, I don't. I haven't done that, but I guess I can figure it out. Or is there any way I could send that to anybody? Boy, that's a big file, isn't it?
How big a file is it? Yeah.
It's too big.
Yeah, let me talk to David. He's been doing that.
Can I
Email
I mean,
instructions or something.
yeah, I could put it on a jump drive and send it to anybody if I could do that.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that too.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. That'll work.
Okay.
That's right, they got enormous jump drives nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
just
big will that?
mail it to me then. That'll work.
Okay, great. So who do I mail it to?
We
David.
lost a few words there.
Yeah. So who should I send it to?
Oh, yeah.
Send it to me.
What this video's gonna-
Okay.
I'm good on QRZ, or I can give you the address if you want.
Okay. Oh, is that to you, Mike? You're talking about?
No, John.
John.
Oh, John. Okay, gotcha.
WB5UG.
Yeah, just send it to the QRZ address.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fine, John.
Yeah, that'll work.
I couldn't see whose lips were moving that was talking.
No, WB6.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I will do that.
WB6 UBK.
So how big do you think that file will be
Okay.
for an hour and a half or whatever it is?
I don't know. David's been
About three.
uploading it, and he had to leave.
What is it?
Yeah,
About,
It
I think it's about
disadvantaged that way also.
3 gig. I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, good. I got jump drives that big.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's the easiest thing for me.
Okay. Yeah, you do. I think it comes out at an M4A. I'm not sure what it saved it to.
Okay,
and
I
then you just-
appreciate it, Steve.
What's that?
I think it's an M4A file.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And then they will take care of it and put it up on YouTube, and everybody can watch it.
Fantastic.
There you go. Meantime, I'll figure out what's going on this end.
I think, yeah,
Okay.
usually it's real good, John, but I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, we've never had any problems. Same setup, since February, but
Maybe is the heat.
I think it's the heat. Yeah.
settings or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, John.
Or it could be AT&T.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
Like,
AT&T?
yeah, possibilities are endless. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the last meeting that I've seen on our YouTube channel is from June.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't see any meetings on YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah. Carol is mentioning she doesn't see what the last meeting. Is that what you say, Carol?
Yeah,
Oh, wasn't up there?
on the YouTube channel is from June.
Oh. You guys hearing that? Yeah.
Oh, you didn't get to see the left foot.
We got July, so we haven't got July up there, is what you're saying?
No July and no August. No.
Okay.
Okay. David should have that. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll let
I'll
him
talk to
know.
him about that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's shoving off for a few days. Yeah, he's leaving at 3 a.m. That's why he left.
Going to Kansas?
So, I think that's what he said.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Relatives, I think.
All relative.
Daughter, if I remember right. Yeah.
Texas.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, anything else?
Okay. Yeah, it does. The QSO party does start at 9 a.m. It's 1600 UTC or GMT. But what confused me is the
North American.
North American QSO party. By then we're on standard time. Right now we're on daylight time, so that's why the hour difference.
Right.
So the California QSO party starts at 9, and then because we're on daylight time, but then for the North American QSO party, it starts at 10 because we're on standard time. It's the same time UTC, but at a different time, California time, because of
Different.
because of
but
daylight time.
Yeah. So we'll do 12 hours.
So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it.
Okay, you stick with it. We'll be there.
Yeah. So we'll start here at 9, go from 9 to 9 then.
Internet connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that.
I bet it's the, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
It wouldn't be.
Okay. Did
They
Phil get
got
all?
fiber coming to the house now.
Yeah. Did Phil get all signed up?
Fine until right
It's
now.
kind of sagging, isn't it?
Yeah. Like the antenna wires, some of the electrons fall off. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what it is.
Driven over the ground. All the bits and bytes.
now that's a bogus story.
Yeah, well, that was in QSC.
UST
Yeah.
month or so.
Yeah.
It's talking about the
Or April.
April. Yeah, it's talking about the copper or the aluminum losing
Yeah, the birds.
losing
Oh,
electrons
that,
falling
yeah.
down.
Stuff.
That's why you get the. It was pretty good.
Oh, the April
Yeah.
Fool's article? Yeah, that was good.
Love the story.
You could almost believe it. Almost.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Especially a newcomer that just, didn't know that they do the August thing. I know CQ magazine a few years ago had me going. It was something that was almost believable. They were saying that a new government regulation was coming out, and you could only get on the air odd and even times.
Oh.
Just like water in your lawn.
Yeah, odd and even times depending on your call. And there was this one island or something where they had special calls that people could buy into, and it had me going for about 15 minutes, and I got so mad. I almost canceled my subscription
You got snurking pretty good.
because I fell for it. I was mad at myself for falling for such a thing, but it was almost believable, Oh well, yeah, odd and even get on the air days.
Nothing would surprise me anymore.
No.
That was pretty good.
Well, that's good for you.
So, yeah, our story for next April. Can't start too early on that, you know?
Yeah, I'm working on my
Yeah, we
idea
are,
of,
but it's got to be written down or nobody
Yeah.
will remember it.
we're gonna have a new TW mode. You remember that, John? I was
Yeah.
talking about it.
What's
My
that?
my uppercase TW.
Uppercase.
Yeah, it's gonna be the newest mode. Yeah, the polite TW mode. Yeah, yeah. But
Uppercase and lowercase.
actually,
TW.
there was a blind guy that wrote this program called Morse.com, and it was designed to read the screen. And the thing would it would go, "Beep," for uppercase, "Doo," for lowercase. It would change the pitch by 25%.
Wow.
Can
I
you
thought-
imagine?
That drove you crazy, huh?
It would drive you nuts. Yeah. So I think that'd be great.
Yeah,
We
you're
could
better
actually,
off without it, yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
It's just like CW, you could figure out,
yeah.
somebody's
Well,
name. Okay, if
I
you're
got
right,
an idea how we could do this. The
but
radio we could
who
hear and it
cares?
would know what to do with it. So when it heard a certain sequence, it would automatically shift to uppercase, moving the frequency. Of course, the radio doesn't go anywhere, but you would hear it.
Well,
Yeah. Another way to drive people.
I hear Ellicraft is gonna, the next rig is
Ellicraft are going to have it. Yeah.
that option on
Yeah,
the CW.
yeah.
For upper and
Right.
lowercase, yeah.
They got
Anyway.
every option there
They
is.
got
What do you think
they're
we
running
could
out of
do?
things to
That's
do.
going
Yeah.
to be my April Fool's story.
Right.
Yeah. I'm letting the cat out of the bag with. That's what happens when you go down the road, right? You got time to kill.
All this icy shortage stuff, imagine that.
It could be.
Mike. And so I said, I'll buy the other one. He goes and dies. So
So you went to the end of the line.
I called up Ellicraft.
Essentially, yeah.
And I said, well, his wife knows that he was gonna sell me one. She says, do you have it in writing? And I said, well, no, I think his word was good, but he happened to go and die. Anyway, so they said, sorry, you're at the end of the line. I went, oh, crap.
That's pretty tight.
Oh,
Have to have a
man.
discussion.
Yeah, but if they delivered the two of them to Mike's,
I think
you could buy one.
yeah, but then it's.
I don't
you
think
have
either one
any
of them's
word.
coming to Mike now. Neither one of them are
I
coming to
don't
Mike
think they're
now.
coming to Mike.
No. It was a pre-order thing.
Yeah, you make
What do they call it? Pre-order, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's funding money.
Yeah.
Have to do in a business involved in your operation.
Yeah.
Actually, it didn't cost anything for that pre-order, did it?
Oh, no, you pay for the whole, you can pay for the whole thing, you could put a deposit down, or you could be at the end of the line and just put your name in.
So you were at the end of the line.
I'm now at the end of the, because they aren't doing the pay thing yet.
Yeah, got it.
What's the status on the club, and PayPal and all that kind of stuff?
Well, yesterday we actually have a bank account now,
Okay,
thanks to help from a lot of people.
right.
And next week got to get PayPal so we can have people send in their dues. Yeah, that's what that's good for.
Carol, accept it.
yeah.
As far as the legacy PayPal is still in litigation.
Yeah. We don't know what's going on, so we're gonna.
It's not litigation.
It's not
It's
litigation.
probate, but it is well litigation.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah,
Similar time.
Lawyers
frames.
involved, yeah. Yeah.
Probate, the world of
You
probate.
know, as sharp as Mike was,
I know.
it's hard for me to believe he had not set that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
Yeah.
when our first child was born, we set up our trucks, our first trucks. We modified it a little over the years. You know, it's just kind of one of those things.
Trust in the will.
Yeah.
No, at first we get hypocritical. Well, we have a will that's like 25 years old.
You've got to get a trust.
My daughter, here's something.
Oh, So you too?
Okay, well, I guess that's it for the meeting, unless anybody has anything else. So we only have 2 people that are coming to the QSO party, is that right?
You put me down as a maybe.
Okay. Figure out 3. We're figuring, what food to get.
We'll get an announcement out before.
And Mike and, okay.
Yeah.
And here.
And me, that's 4.
That's here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and actually, yeah.
that's pretty
Actually, I
good.
think David's gonna make it.
Yeah.
He's gonna bring his clothesline beam. So he can
Yeah,
drop the clothes.
I'll bring some
Set
stuff
it
to
up in
hang
the
on
yard
it.
there.
Yeah.
And then use the loop and inverted V for the lower bands. But in the morning, we can use maybe all day, who knows?
I think it'll work good. Yeah, 20 should be good. 15 might be good by then. Yeah,
Yeah, hard to say.
hard to say.
Solar activity that they've been talking about, it, how's that impacting?
Once in a while,
They're
it's great.
coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely.
Better than it was a couple of years ago, I think.
Without
Oh,
it.
there was a big solar flare Tuesday, about 11:40. Wiped everything up for about an hour. It was deader than a doornail.
On its way up.
Oh, it's most
Yeah.
definitely on the way.
It's supposed to be every 11 years. We just started, so we're.
It's supposed to be 2025, and it's probably gonna be a double peak, just like the last 3. If you look at the last 3, peaked and then went down about a year and a half apart. So it actually stayed high for a long time. It's very interesting.
But I did pretty good on mobile on the last trip there.
Did you? Yeah.
20
Good night,
meters.
Carol.
Checked into the net on 80 meters.
Oh, great.
A week ago. That was a week ago Tuesday. So yeah, the 706 worked out great for the put in the trunk and separation
It's a
kit.
good rig.
Yeah, it worked good.
Yeah,
They don't die.
well, that's good.
Cool.
So, alrighty then.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and conclude it, and then Steve, you can send that thumb drive. That'd be great.
I will do it right away. I'll do it tomorrow, John.
Hey, thanks again, Steve.
Oh, you betcha, Chris. Thank you guys for getting everything set up, and the line will be better next month. It'll be cooler next month.
It will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about all the confusion.
Oh, not a problem. And I'll
All
see you
right.
guys. See you on the net.
Okay,
You bet. Good night.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.